With the world #1 on the sidelines, golf turns back the clock. Hi, and welcome to the Daily Sports Update presented to you by Toyota here on CBSSports.com. I'm Amber Wilson. Before Tiger Woods had his kung fu grip on top of the official world golf ranking, well before Tiger Woods was even in high school, actually, Greg Norman held residence as the undisputed world #1 in golf. The Shark held that honor for 331 weeks from 1987 to 1991, a record that would not be eclipsed until, you guessed it, Tiger Woods. Norman has 2 major championships to his name, both Open championships back in 1986 and 1993. And now, with Tiger Woods out for the rest of the year, the former #1 is in a familiar spot, or at least it was familiar to him back in the early 90s. Greg Norman fired his second straight even par 70 at Royal Birkdale and presently sits as the clubhouse leader at the 137th Open Championship. The 53-year-old newlywed is trying to become the oldest major champion ever. He's got a lot of golf to go before that, but if he were to win, he'd do it 7 years Jack Nicklaus is senior when he won the 1986 Masters, a tournament that Norman finished second. The only thing keeping Rocco Mediate from his first major championship at last month's U.S. Open was Tiger Woods. Different continent, no Tiger. Could Mediate get it done this time? He followed up an opening round 69 with a second round 73, 2 impressive rounds to finish just 2 strokes behind Norman. But the round of the Open so far goes to Spider-Man, Camilo Villegas. He rebounded from an opening round 76 with a 65 on Friday. Only 3 players finished under par in the first round, and that was 1 under par, and the former Gator went out today and shot 5 under par. He's at 1 over for the championship, just 1 back of Norman. The All-Star break couldn't have come at a worse time for the New York Mets. It finally seemed that after dumping their manager and their pitching coach, they had turned the corner on the 2008 season. They won 9 straight games to go into the break as the hottest team in baseball, just a half game out of first. But after 3 days off, could they keep up the momentum? David Wright hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 9th on the 1-month anniversary of Willie Randolph's firing to give the Mets a 10-8 victory over the Cincinnati Reds. And now the Mets stand in a dead heat with the Phillies in the National League East. Not all good news for the Mets, though. Pedro Martinez's return will be pushed back a little bit. The 36-year-old received a cortisone shot and was told by doctors to rest for the 48 hours for his injured groin. His scheduled start Sunday will turn into a bullpen session to see how he feels in Cincy. Other news and notes from around the major leagues. Hideo Nomo announced his retirement Thursday from baseball. The pitcher is credited with leading a surge of Japanese players from Japan to the majors, as he was only the 2nd player to make the international move and first since the 1960s. He was NL Rookie of the Year in 1995 and dominant during the better part of his career, but was released by the Kansas City Royals in April after suffering a groin injury. Richie Sexton was discarded by the Seattle Mariners, then picked up by the New York Yankees, who reached a formal agreement with the slumping slugger Thursday. The Yanks lineup is packed with left-handed hitters, and the Bronx Bombers felt they could use a righty. The Oakland Athletics dealt away right-hander Joe Blanton to the Philadelphia Phillies for 3 minor leaguers. He's the 2nd starting pitcher the A's have let go this month after dealing Rich Harden to the Cubs before the break. And the Arizona Diamondbacks acquired first baseman Tony Clark from the Padres in exchange for minor league pitcher Evan Scribner. The 2008 Olympics are just a couple weeks away from beginning in Beijing, and China's most famous athlete is ready to go. Yao Ming is back from injury. The Houston Rockets center played 12 minutes for the Chinese national team in an Olympics warm-up, the first game he's played since suffering a stress fracture in his foot in February, ending his NBA season and worrying Beijing Olympic organizers who intend to make him a main likeness for the game. And that'll do it for your Daily Sports Update presented to you by Toyota. Keep your mouth right here at CBSSports.com for everything you need to know in the world of sports. And if you missed anything here today, stop, refresh, and rewatch. I'm Amber Wilson, and have a great one, guys.